Hello everyone and welcome back to Baltic Disc Golf Championships Alutaguse Open 2020, sponsored by Innova Champion Discs. This is Anthony Enden with Albert Tamm in the studio.
What's up, guys?
And we are starting to commentate and see the back nine of third round, also the final round of Alutaguse Open 2020. As you saw the scores, Albert in pretty comfortable lead after 9 holes. And also 2 rounds before that, so let's see.
Yeah, hole number 10. First, you gotta check out the scenery of this hole that it offers for you. So we got OB on the left side, also OB on the right side, but this one doesn't come into play too much if you don't flip your drive over. And we have this beautiful green that is marked with stones, and also bullseye that is has its own line with some mulch.
Yeah, and this hole used to be 10 meters longer. The basket on that rock was a little bit higher. Now they've elevated the ground so it doesn't feel too that high, and that it makes you go for the basket a little bit more.
Yeah, it definitely makes this hole become more aggressive. The main shot is pretty much like a hyzer to the basket. I'm kind of pushed mine too straight, and I have some sort of outside look. And if you haven't checked out the front nine, go check it out and you can see what's on the line on this part. So Silver turns this one over a bit too much as well, and yeah, has a pretty long look for the basket. I think he probably gonna lay up from there.
Yeah, and the basket is still a little bit like elevated, so if you miss the basket entirely, you're gonna be looking for a comebacker. I'd say at least 6-7 meters usually.
Yeah, Joona finally puts one on the green, finishes pretty much near the bullseye, but catches an unfortunate skip and has a circle edge look for the birdie. And Marion taking a bit lower line, so thanks to the height elevation, if you maybe don't have the highest arm speed, you can still get to the basket, just you gotta throw a bit different shot. So you gotta keep it low and go for this type of shot.
Yeah, and Silver first. And as you said, yeah, he's laying up. No point of taking that risk. Although there's no wind at all, basically throughout the whole round until now. So still, if you're outside the circle, it's pretty risky.
So pretty much on this putt, we have finished the front nine with 9 down. So keep up the momentum. This is kind of like perfect to train or no.
And there it is, 10 out of 10 birdies to start the round. And I hope we see that celebration on the slow-mo. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a new move on this one.
Was it a baseball?
Let's see. No.
Nah,
so I will be putting up this celebration on my Instagram. Just stay updated, and you can check it out from there.
Yeah, Albert is known for his different celebrations every time he hits a needed or like a good outside the circle. I'd say usually OCP putts are the ones that you're celebrating like this, and not too often, just so you don't get too cheesy.
Yeah, and Marion gives this one a nice look, but didn't catch on this one, but has a pretty much like a bullseye and circle edge comebacker.
And Joona still leaving those putts a little bit too low, and yeah, not finding his groove on the putting today.
Yeah, Marion cleans up his par.
And I think all the other ones should be also
able to clean up the par as well. And yeah without the wind, this hole is not the easiest, but definitely way easier than with a huge headwind that you have on the screen usually.
And a nice group photo before we move up to hole number 11.
And yeah, cheese and move on.
So 1 birdie with an outside circle putt by Albert, and yeah, that keeps him perfect for the round. 10 out of 10 birdies. Let's see. Hole number 11. This is a little bit different than it used to be for earlier years. They moved the tee pad to the right, so no OBs on this hole, but we have natural OB, which is all these trees and bushes. So
yeah, the tee shot is way more trickier than it used to be. It used to be like 70 meters straight shot, but now you gotta control your turnover or a huge spike sidearm to get on the green, and the trees are hugging it really tight.
And you're going maybe
I'm going with the turnover, but I caught a bit too nose up on this one, and I'm catching those trees that I have to miss, so I have an outside look for the birdie again.
Silver, as we thought, he's gonna go for the sidearm spike, and let's see, he has to miss these guardian trees.
Yeah.
And there it is, just outside the bullseye. And yeah, the other option is to go a little bit lower sidearm from this same angle that Joona is going with the backhand.
Yeah, this is in my opinion the preferred line to throw.
But the only risk that, to be honest, like I'm afraid of is turning it over too early and hitting that first tree. So
yeah, you gotta trust your or commit to your line fully and just execute it.
And Marion finds himself basically next to your lie, catching those guardian trees. And
yeah, we're actually like pretty much in the same spot. You can maybe see a little blue mark a bit further from my disc, and yeah, I kind of got carried away that I'm 10 through 10 and kind of like keeping the momentum going, but yeah, that kind of like caught my mind on the tee shot, and I was kind of frustrated that I kind of couldn't keep my mind calm.
And Marion also giving it a run, but he's looking towards a par.
Yeah, Joona takes up his birdie. I think this is like a good confidence boost after missing some like putts low and finally getting a birdies and now moving on again.
Yeah, I can't even remember when he got the last birdie. It was a couple holes ago.
Yeah.
On the front nine. Silver also with a perfect sidearm shot to grab his birdie. So we have 2 birdies, 2 pars from this a little bit trickier hole, and we move on.
Yeah, 2 birdies, 2 pars, and hole number 12. This is the hole where kind of maybe the wind have the biggest impact on your shot. Like we're taking this blind spike hyzer pretty much on the green, so we usually have right to left side wind that kind of helps you to push it you towards the basket. But today we have no wind, so you gotta keep it really tight and really high to just have a chance to finish inside the circle.
Yeah, the OB on the right side, it cuts pretty close to the green, and from this angle it doesn't maybe seem to be that close, but when you stand on the tee pad, it like you're staring towards the OB and you don't see anything else, so you have to take your disc high and hug the line. But Silver
keeps this one wide, and
yeah, and looks to be
these lampposts that you could see on the left side. These are like really in the perfect spot to hit, so that's kind of maybe the line you're wanting to throw, but Joona just throws over them, and yeah, he finishes circle's edge.
But the contortion in his body when he takes this hyzer shot, his body is so twisted, and
yeah, his body moves definitely different than most of us.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking a bit more wider route than Joona, but yeah, around the same distance pretty much.
Yeah, on the line.
And yeah, these lampposts are definitely in your mind, like pretty much because they are on the perfect ideal line, and Marion is flirting with this one really a lot.
Really close. You want to translate it?
So Silver asks Marion, did your heart skip a beat after this one?
It was really close. But yeah, first up we have Silver from I'd say 16 meters, and he's going for that birdie, and just below that top rim, stucks it in, and nice birdie from OCP.
Yeah, definitely a one where you have to put a lot of power to get up there on the to the basket, because you're putting it uphill, and yeah, you have to put more power behind the putt.
Now Joona to replicate it from 11 meters, and he hits that top rim.
He has been hitting the baskets from every kind of distance, but he hasn't connected on
the chains.
Many of those.
And what is that?
That is an air ball. So So
That is correct answer. Yeah, it happens.
And Marion picks up another birdie as well, and he's still he's chasing Joona and Silver pretty intensely.
Yeah, they're not far away, all these guys, and you're cleaning up your par. Yeah, a little bit of a low moment after 10 birdies. You've got 2 pars, but still you have a pretty confident lead. Silver is 7 behind you, and do you check on like final rounds if when you're on first place, and what are the chase card guys doing? Because you see the guys on your card and you have an idea what they're playing for, but chase card.
I definitely am playing like checking what others are doing as well. Yeah, get your grip racks from Discord. So hole 13, this one has been moved a bit more backwards, so you could see the old T-pad where it used to be. So the first gap comes into play more than it used to before, and pretty much the whole plays the same. OB on both sides. We got those big trees on the right side where you don't want to be for sure, because the offshot is so obstructed. You just gotta lay up from there. And the tree kind of narrows up with the OB as well, a bit more narrower on the right side, but yeah, let's see how it goes for the lead card.
Yeah, Silver is opting for his sidearm, which is a good play if you don't flip it up too much and he finds himself in OB. Still, he has a pretty good placement for his next shot to go for the green with his sidearm or backhand and still save his par.
Yeah, Marion's now there's like pretty much some plays to go, like more plays. Like Warner is taking just a hyzer before the tree. That's kind of maybe the main play for most of the players. Silver's thinking that if you have a powerful sidearm, taking this wide sidearm turnover is kind of the play to go for a lot of distance on the fairway. And Joona has threw in the first round, he threw the hyzer before the tree, but now keeps this one a bit too wide and catches the tree.
Yeah, that is not a good place to be. And
I'm taking a bit different route. I'm kind of trying to play a flat to turnover type of shot over those trees where just Joona landed. But pretty much the high ceiling comes into play, and I got a new Christmas tree for December already. So
now you have a little bit more room in that gap.
Yeah,
and this is definitely a place where you haven't been before.
Yeah, this is okay. In practice rounds, I have been there, but but yeah, for the tournament time, this is something new.
And coming out of that hole, you managed to find yourself under that first tree. So
yeah, from
tree to
tree.
Two tricky lies, and Joona, you see how low this window or the ceiling is, and he just has to power through as much distance as possible. But yeah, not a lot of room there, and you found yourself a little bit of a more open spot where you can stand up.
Yeah, I'm a bit more further than Joona was, but I kind of got flirty with the OB because I don't know. I thought that I kept my sidearm out like wide enough, but actually the OB started to turn a little bit more than I kind of expected, so I was kind of lucky there.
And Marion, he turns over his upshot way too much, and he finds himself OB. So yeah, he's gonna take his fourth shot from there and pretty much loses
a stroke.
Yeah, loses a stroke, and he loses the opportunity to get a par if he doesn't stick it from there that OB.
Yeah, I think
live.
he's a bit disappointed after that tee shot that he couldn't execute the second, and Silver gives himself a look to save his par.
Yeah, around 8 meters. And let's see, Joona, his third shot. if he's gonna make it on the green with the sidearm.
Yeah, round one he kind of put one in there, into the basket from there. So that was then maybe jumping through his head a little there. And Marion has
What is it, like 30?
Yeah, 30,
40
meters.
meters.
Yeah.
So should be able to clean up his bogey. And let's see. Yeah, this is your fourth shot.
Yeah,
Fourth,
laying
yeah.
up for the bogey and just wanting to end this hole and move on to the hole 14.
Yeah, now you can see how this hole, like, it has so many tricks up in its sleeve. Yeah, early OBs and trees and all this kind of stuff. And Silver, yeah, was he the only one to get a par look?
And this is
Joona for Joona still got a par, so he's the only one to get a par for this card.
yeah, and then with a par he's picking up a stroke on
the whole card.
On the whole card.
And Marion's still flirting with the lower rim, but sneaks it in. And yeah, 1 par, 3 bogeys. Not an easy hole, and definitely not the confidence booster for this card.
So yeah, lone par for Joona and the stroke on the whole group, and Estonia's taking the bogeys. And hole 14. This one is playing very tricky. We have a slope from the left side, from left to right, so this is definitely pushing many sidearms to the right side OB, and also we have OB on the left side. There's many ways to attack this. One is just a backhand turnover, but and also one is the sidearm. But pretty much the note for both of the shots is just you have to keep it wide and kind of like the slow pusher this towards the basket.
Yeah, and as you can see on the left side, the OB comes into the play and onto the green, so you don't want to keep your disc with backhand too straight. And Joona, he's flirting with that OB, but stays safe and has an outside look for birdie.
Yeah, maybe a bit too much hyzer on the shot. And Silver is showing us the forehand line, keeps this one nice and wide, and lets the slow pusher disc towards the basket, and yeah, bullseye.
Bullseye hit. That is nice. I'd say guaranteed birdie. And
So
now Marion.
Marion's taking a bit more faster disc, maybe forcing it over by himself a little, but keeping this one a bit too low, and yeah, finishes like 20 meters from the basket, but he has uphill look, so he may run this one.
And Albert.
I'm trying to follow Silver's line, but yeah, I'm not keeping it wide enough. But luckily, my guardian tree on the on
The apple tree once again.
Yeah, this one has been my main landing spot for like a couple of years now. So yeah,
You have to ask for Timo if you can move this tree into your yard.
yeah,
in the
or
future.
he can just like cut those lower branches there, so I could fit there better. It's just that was a nice run by Marion. I think
Yeah,
the
flex.
tree on the green was on his way, and the Anhagel kind of run was pretty good solution from there.
Yeah, if you could get like lose couple of those branches, you might have a pretty good look. But
Yeah,
right now you're like peeking in the middle of those branches, and yeah.
I kind of gave it a good run. I'm kind of happy that I kept the height on the disc that I wanted, but yeah, just a bit off. Couldn't get my legs into the shot.
So Silver with a lone birdie, and
Picks up a stroke on the whole card.
yeah, and moves him one ahead of Joona in the second place race. So yeah, it's pretty tight down there. You still have a pretty confident 6-stroke lead. We have what is it now? 4 holes to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So hole 15, that is going to be another tricky hole where this year it's a par 4, 222 meters. Now we don't have a OB island, but we have 2 hazard areas, one on the right side, which starts from around 80 meters.
yeah, you can see this orange stakes that are marking the hazard line. So you have this kind of landing spot on the right side where the drone is flying now, and we have this guarded green with those signs, so you cannot keep your second shot going. When going for the green, you gotta keep it high, and you don't want to flirt with those signs there.
Yeah, and the right side hazard area finishes around 110 meters with those small apple trees, so you want to get your disc just above them and behind that, so then you'll be in the preferred landing spot.
Yeah, Silver gets a huge shot off the tee.
Yeah, that looks to be around 140 meters, so around 80 meters to get to the green.
Yeah, Joona's kind of like following his line, but his disc is turning a bit more than he wanted, and finishes OB on the right side.
So he has to take his next shot in the middle of that hazard area.
Yeah, but with his distance, I think he can get up and down, like near the basket, and save his par. Yeah.
And Marion, slow and steady, but clears that 110 meters and gets to the safe area.
Yeah, and from there he can go for the basket. I'm just wanting to throw something out there straight, have a little turn, and then I know it's a good shot.
And that is a good shot. So yeah, now the treacherous upshot to the green. Let's see what Joona is gonna do. Yeah, and if you saw from that drone shot, the basket is on the corner of that slope. So basically, if you hit the right side of the green, you might find yourself rolling down. And
but luckily the signs are there. But
yeah,
but still you gotta control your way on the green. And yeah, Joona lands a bit short, and those signs are not really forgiving for you.
Yeah, that angle didn't help, and he didn't get that skip underneath those signs. So he's gonna be throwing his fifth shot or behind those signs.
Marion's keeping this one really low, but gets luckier through the signs.
Lucky roll and just sneaks underneath that sign and has a look for birdie. And Silver has this helping modern technology to
measuring the accurate distances, and trusting his sidearm on the green, and another bullseye hit for him.
That is perfect. On this hole, you don't want to find yourself like looking from your angle now on the left side, because then you're going to be facing a death putt down the hill.
For some reason, I like the backhand spike to the green. I have a bit longer look, but today with the wind, without the wind, I'm definitely going for the basket. But yeah, usually this green is has some wind, and then you have this decision: are you going for the basket, or are you gonna lay up, or take your par and move on?
Yeah, because from your lie, if you miss the basket entirely, you might be flying straight to the OB.
Yeah,
and then those signs are not going to even help you.
Yeah, Marion decides to lay up this one, and I think this was a good decision. So
yeah, he's gonna take a par, but you have a birdie look, and perfect. Nice birdie to get from this lie, and also from get a stroke on most of the players. Silver also with birdie.
Yeah, so definitely a happy one. I'm happy that I got this one.
And Joona is gonna lose. Is it 3 strokes to you and Silver? So
yeah,
Marion is only 1 stroke behind Joona, and we have 3 more holes to go. Makes it really interesting for those next positions. You still have 6-stroke lead on Silver, and we'll see you on hole number 16.
So hole number 16. This one, the drone is maybe in the flying not the most common line you're gonna take. Usually we are gonna see some sidearms or backhand turnovers over the left side OB. But also we got this right side OB, so if you turn your backhand over too much, you're gonna find this side, or if you keep your sidearm hyzer way too high, you're gonna find it as well. But the basket is uphill, so you're gonna have some trees to contend with if you're going for the green. But knowing those kind of like landmark trees, and if you're going to miss them, you're gonna find yourself on the green and have a look for your birdie.
Yeah, and on the side of the hill we have two like preferred landing spots, or like these tunnels where you can reach the green pretty easily. So let's see.
Yeah, Silver is pushing this one pretty straight, but it catches those kind of like garden trees over there where you don't want to be, and these kind of like push him to the OB. But he like went in bounds, and then those trees kind of pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see. I remember you taking this pretty powerful wide turnover.
Yeah, kind of catching a lucky break there thanks to those trees. I turned this one over too much, and I'm pretty much in the ideal spot now.
Oh yeah, from there it's a little, like I'd say 40 meters towards the basket, but a little bit uphill.
But yeah, my play is to finish on top of the shelf and have a clean look for the basket.
And Marion, really nice shots, pretty ideal spots. Maybe a couple meters higher would be even better, but I think he's pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, and Joona has the power to take it on top of the shelf with the first one as well.
And looks like he has turned it over like you did. Is he gonna get this lucky break? And he's gonna miss all these branches and straight to the OB. So he still has a pretty good lie to go and attack the basket and maybe even throw it in for birdie. But yeah, from there par should be pretty gettable. And Silver, after going OB, his third shot, he has a pretty nasty angle, but
yeah, he has those low hanging branches, and he needs to throw way uphill. So.
Oh yeah, and he went straight. I wasn't gonna.
But this is really good shot. I think that he.
Yeah, from his lie. Yeah. I was expecting a flex shot from a little bit more like the right hand side tunnel, but he opted for that straight one, and that was a pretty good one from there. Yeah. So now Marion from this straight tunnel, and he catches a couple of the guardian trees, but that's around 5 meters.
Yeah, he hits the main tree what you want to miss early or you want to miss late. So
yeah,
and even from there, Joona can like go for the basket and save his par.
And let's see.
But yeah, he keeps this one B2 inside and has a really long look for the basket to save his par.
And yeah, you have a couple more meters higher lie, and and also finding a tree.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of trees like guarding the basket, but all of you
you're
got
taking
some
this
clips.
blind shot to the tee, and you gotta like remember those trees that you have to miss, that you can see from your lie.
Let's see, Joona giving it a run.
Really
Pretty good
run.
one, but again, hitting that lower rim, and he has to settle with a bogey. And Silver doing some maintenance.
Yeah, line correction there. Just get those stumps out of the way. And also a really good run to save his par.
Yeah, that's true. So he has to settle with a bogey as well. And you have a look for birdie. And sticks it in. So that takes you 11 under par for the round. And we still have 2 more holes to go. And Marion just barely sneaks it in. That's not the first one he leaves to the weak side, but luckily catches it.
Baskets have been really good to him.
Yeah, oh yeah. So 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, which means Joona drops to 9 under and Marion is gonna climb to 10 under, so going past Joona. And we have
no pars. No pars.
Yeah. No white boxes, only green and red. And now hole number 17. This is pretty much a straight shot, 115 meters. You have to get your disc out of this tunnel, then the fairway widens up. You have OB on the right side, which makes a little bit of a inside turn to give more room to the previous hole. And then you have OB behind the basket around 10, 11 meters. So yeah, get something overstable, get it out of the tunnel and let it flex or like fade onto the green.
But yeah, you gotta keep it a bit low because the height elevation, if you get like throwing on the same line as a tee, you're gonna probably end up way left than you thought that you're going to.
And yeah, you have 12, 13 meters to the basket. That was the exact mistake that you just described. And Marion keeps it a little bit lower and finds himself on the green.
Yeah. And also now we have silver going with the truth, I think. So yeah, I think the mid-ranges or maybe a fairways maybe the preferred play on this one because you can control the skip or yeah, the ground action is not so big as a driver would be on this one. So the controlling your ground action on this one is probably the key.
And Joona misses those first guardian trees and he looks to be on the green. Oh yeah, a little bit long, 9.5 meters, but on the green and looking for birdie. So basically all of you guys have a birdie look. You and Silver find yourself a little bit outside of the circle and
yeah, I mean from coming back from the jungle. And
a little bit low and have to settle with a par. Let's see, Silver still in the contention for second place, so he's hoping to get this stick in, but misses the basket and yeah, 5 meters for the comebacker.
So yeah, couple other players have finished the round with 13 downs, so pretty much every putt is on count right now. So Marion has this one for birdie as well. Yeah.
And there
So
it is.
one thing we didn't mention earlier is that there are like 5 USDC spots in the play as well. So top 5 overall scores are going to get those tickets to the USDC.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, you already have your
Yeah,
invitation from last year.
Yeah.
So that means overall top scores from 2nd to 6th are gonna get the spots. So you already have yours, which means one guy is gonna get extra lucky.
Yeah. So yeah, Marion and Joona taking up birdies, and as we're moving on to the hole 18, which is one of those holes where you can get aggressive, and right now the scores are tight. I think we're gonna see some guys going for the green and trying to secure their spot in the playoff.
Yeah, so for the guys who have that power to go straight over those banners and the path, those guys are definitely, with this kind of like low wind, gonna attack the green, and we're gonna see some eagle opportunities, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, OB on the right side, left side, with the fairway is marked from the right side of the road, and yeah, this green is probably one of the beautiful ones this course has to offer.
Yeah, and with your backhand, if you're gonna go for the green, you don't want to flip it over too much, because then you're gonna find yourself on the field and you might even lose your disc for a while, because it's pretty hard to find those discs from there.
Yeah, Marion's playing this one safer and trying to get his birdie from here and lands safely in bounds, and
that's pretty much that. If you're not attacking the eagle opportunity, that's the perfect light to take your second shot.
Joona has the distance to go for it, and he's definitely taking this one down right now.
And it's looking really good.
Yeah, has this nice flip and lands on the green and gets a nasty skip and finishes barely out of bounds.
So this means he misses the safe zone by like half a meter.
Yeah.
And that will take him to drop zone, which is 95 to 100 meters
Yeah.
away from that green, and it's not an easy shot.
Yeah, you have a lot of things on the way where you're going to get up and down for the basket from there.
And you're gonna throw a real bomb. So that, what is like 15, 16 meters?
Yeah, I kind of kept this one a bit lower than I wanted, but I still have a look for my eagle.
And Silver, he flips it up way too much, and that is looking towards the
Cornfield.
yeah, and that is on the field. So he's gonna go to the drop zone and take his third shot. And yeah, we'll see what that's gonna. Is that gonna impact his position in overall leaderboard? But first up, we have Joona Spikeheiser from drop zone to 7-8 meters and has a look for a par save. And Silver also backhand Heiser shot.
Those flags you're gonna see on the left, those may come into the play if you're going with this backhand hyzer, and so it's the pole nicely.
That is a nice one. Couple meters shorter, maybe it would have skipped in, but we'll never know. He finds himself 5 meters from the basket and saving his par. And now Marion with his second shot.
Yeah, has a chance to pick up a stroke on.
And
on
he's gonna do that.
Yeah, inside the bullseye.
Bullseye hits, and now we have Albert from outside. Eagle look, and has an opportunity to finish the round 13 under par. And there it is, the bazooka!
Yeah, really nice to finish the round with this eagle and bring out the bazooka after a long time as well. So
yeah, last time bazooka came out, was it in Finland or US?
it was in Estonia.
I said Estonia, all right.
Yeah, the nationals.
So yeah, 13 under par round for Albert to seal the deal with 23 under par in total. But now we're gonna see how the other guys finish the round and who's gonna be in the top, let's say top 6 and get the USDGC invitations. But Joona, I don't know how many times during the final round he has found himself putting to the low rim and missing another stroke. But Silver cleans up his par.
And Marion cleans up his birdie.
And really nicely played round for Marion. And also the final hole. And he might be in the contention for the USDGC spot. So
Yeah,
we will see. But I think first up let's hear from the tournament TD.
Baltic Championship Alutaguse Open 2020, sponsored by Innova. Champion this. Let me introduce you to MPO winner, Albert Tamm.
And there you have it. Minus 23 to the par. Your winner and Baltic Disc Golf Championships champion, Albert Tamm.
Yeah, definitely a nice one to get under my belt. This is actually my first 8-tier win, so really nice to get it at Alutaguse.
Oh yeah, and this is also your first Alutaguse Open win. Last year you placed second.
Yeah.
And now we see 3 guys playing sudden death for the second, third and fourth place. We had first Lukas Rokkanen from Finland, then Juhani Vainio also from Finland, and here you have Silver Lätt from Estonia. So all of these guys tied up after 3 rounds.
And yeah, Silver has the first look on the basket and puts pressure just right there, right now on the Finns.
So Lukas Rokkanen second up, and he misses the basket.
And yeah, now the pressure is on Juhani to push the play off, and yeah, we're gonna see the battle continue on the holes 2 and
maybe further on.
yeah.
So Lukas Rokkanen finishing 4th place, and we have Silver and Juhani battling for 2nd and 3rd place, both opting for sidearm on the hole number 2.
And yeah, Juhani turns his over, and he has a really tricky lie from the
from the trees, and
Yeah.
after 2 shots he is around 20 meters from the basket, but Silver gets his first shot through the woods or the trees, and his second shot lands underneath the basket, which means Juhani has to go for the basket,
Yeah,
push the play.
Yeah, real long look, but yeah, couldn't connect on this one.
So this means Silver Lätt is gonna get his birdie from this hole and finish second. But anyway, both of these guys are gonna get the USDGC ticket. But here you have your champion, Albert Tamm, in slow-mo, looking all nice and clean. And here's your top 5 for MPO division. Also, we have to mention Matias Vilota from the juniors, MJ18.
He was the 5th guy, or maybe let's say the first guy who qualified for the USCC. And also Silver Lätt, Juhani Vaino, Lukas Okkanen, and Marion Kull were the other spots.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. That was Alutaguse Open 2020, and thank you, Albert.
See ya.
See ya.